Forget everything you thought you knew about Grandma's favorite visitor. In the world of internet lore and character design, one name has been carving a path through the noise: Lil Red Heidi Hood. She's part cottagecore, part tactical warrior, and 100% icon. But where did she come from, and why is this specific version of the fairy tale taking over our feeds? In the world of modern folklore and digital storytelling, we've seen countless reimaginings of the classics. We know the girl, the basket, and the big bad wolf. But every now and then, a character emerges that shatters the mold. Someone who takes a childhood memory and drags it through the mud, the neon, and the blood. Let's get into it! She isn't your grandmother's Little Red Riding Hood. She's a collision of worlds. Part innocent fable, part gritty survivor, and entirely unpredictable. Today, we're peeling back the layers of this fascinating figure. We're looking at the origins, the aesthetic, and why the internet can't seem to look away from this little rebel. To understand Heidi Hood, you have to look at the aesthetic. The name itself, Lil Red Heidi Hood, is a linguistic mashup. You have the classic red, but the addition of Heidi adds a layer of alpine innocence, while the Lil prefix pulls it straight into the modern era of hip-hop and streetwear culture. She's often depicted with a signature blend of gear, the classic hood usually oversized, tattered, or high fashion, the modern edge, combat boots, tactical gear, or techwear. The contrast, a basket that might contain cookies, or something much more dangerous. This isn't just a costume, it's a statement on subverted innocence. By taking the most vulnerable character in literary history and giving her agency, and maybe a weapon or two, Heidi Hood becomes a symbol for a generation that's tired of being the victim in the story. Let's talk lore. In most iterations of the Lil Red Heidi Hood mythos, the wolf isn't just a forest predator, he's a metaphor. He's the system, the hunter, or the trauma that Heidi has to outsmart. What makes this version of the story stick is the Heidi element. Traditionally, Heidi is the girl of the mountains, pure, connected to nature and healing. When you fuse that with the red archetype, you get a character who isn't just running away, she's reclaiming the wilderness. In some fan-driven narratives, Heidi Hood is a mercenary. In others, she's a digital ghost. But the common thread? She's the one doing the hunting. Think about the psychological impact of that swap. In the original 17th century tales, the Red Hood was a warning. Here, it's a flare. She wants you to see her coming. So, why now? Why is Lil Red Heidi Hood trending across platforms? It comes down to the post-fairy tale era of media. We've moved past the Disney-fied versions of these stories. We want grit. We want complexity. The Lil Red community is massive. From high-end cosplayers who spend months stitching the perfect crimson cloak to digital artists reimagining her in a cyberpunk 2077 setting, she has become a canvas for self-expression. She represents a specific type of feminine power, one that acknowledges the wolf in the room but refuses to be eaten. It's a final girl energy, but with better fashion sense and a much more calculated plan. At its core, Lil Red Heidi Hood is a reminder that stories are living things. They breathe, they evolve, and they adapt to the fears and desires of the time. In a world that feels increasingly like a dark forest, Heidi Hood is the character we wish we could be. She's prepared, she's stylish, and she's turned her vulnerability into her greatest strength. She's not lost in the woods, she owns them. The forest hasn't changed, but the girl in the red hood certainly has. Heidi Hood reminds us that even the oldest stories can be rewritten if you're brave enough to face the wolf. If you enjoyed this journey through the pines, make sure to leave a like and tell me in the comments. How would you survive the woods? I'm curious minds, and remember, stay off the path, but never lose your way. I'll see you in the next one.